Hello everyone, myself Nikhil Kaligar. Today's Viva topic is OOPS concept in Java. OOPS is the object-oriented programming, or OOPS refers to language that use the object in the programming. They use the object as a primary source to implement what is to happen in the code. Objects are seen by the viewer or user performing tasks assigned by you. Object-oriented programming aims to implement real world entities like inheritance, hiding, polymorphism, etc. In a programming, the main aim of the OOPS is to bind together the data and the functions that operates on them so that no other parts of the code can access this data except that function. A programming language A programming technique may include features such as data abstraction, encapsulation, messaging, modularity, polymorphism, and inheritance. OOPS, that is object-oriented programming, has become a widely used paradigm in the field of computer programming. Let us start by learning about the different characteristics of the object-oriented programming language. The OOPS concepts are as follows. First one is a class, second one is object, third one is a method and method passing, and fourth one is a pillars of OOPS. There are some sub four types. First is a abstraction, second is a encapsulation, third one is a inheritance, and fourth one is a polymorphism. Then we will consider first class. A class is user defined blueprint or prototype from which objects are created. It represents the set of properties or methods that are common to all objects of one type. Using classes we can create multiple objects with the same behavior instead of writing their code multiple times. In general, classes declaration can include these components in the order. First one is a modifier. A class can be public or have a default access. Second is a class name. The class name should begin with the initial letter capitalized by the convention. Third one is a superclass, if any. The name of the class parent, if any, preceded by the keywords extend. A class can only extend one parent. Then fourth is the interfaces. Comma separated list of interfaces implemented by class, if any, preceded by the keywords implements. A class can implement more than one interface. Then fifth is body. The class body is surrounded by the braces. Then second type is object. An object is a basic unit of the object-oriented programming that represent real-life entities. A typical Java program creates many objects. The objects are what perform your code. They are the part of your code visible to the viewer user. And objects mainly consist of, first one is a state. It is represented by the attributes of the objects. It also reflects the properties of the objects. So B is the behavior. It is represented by the methods of an object. It also reflects the response of an object to the other objects. Then third one is identity. It is a unique name given to an object that enables it to interact with other objects. Then next point is a method. A method is collection of statements that perform some specific task and return the result to the caller. Method allow us to reuse the code without retyping it, which is why they are considered time savers. Then fourth and last type is pillars of OOPS. In that point, first we can discuss about the abstraction. In that point, the data abstraction is a property by virtue of which only the essential details are displayed to the user. Example, a car is viewed as a car rather than its individual components. Second point is that encapsulation. In that point we discuss it is defined as a wrapping of the data under a single unit. It is a mechanism that binds together the code and the data it manipulates. And third subpart is inheritance. In that point, inheritance is an important pillar of the OOPS. It is a mechanism in Java by which one class is allowed to inherit the features of another class. We are achieving inheritance by using the extend keyword. Then fourth subtype is a polymorphism. It refers to ability of an object-oriented programming language to differentiate between the entities with the same name efficiently. This is done by the Java with the help of signature and the declaration of these entities. The ability to appear in many forms is called as an polymorphism. That's all about the OOPS concept in the Java.